Didn't you have room monitors in the stately homes?
Well, this is the problem, because the set, as usual, is more valuable than any of the actors. So if you're in, like, you know, a 200-year-old bed or a 400-year-old four-poster, it has to have a minder. Like, you know, when people kind of bring very expensive jewellery around, they have to have a bodyguard for it. There's a bodyguard for the room. And so at all times, you know, you've got this minimal set, everyone gets very quiet, very respectful, and you derobe and you hit the bed. And then there's also just, like, Fran in the corner, who's just standing there just kind of deciding whether or not to look. She's like, I have to look. I'm not allowed to look. I have to look. Could you please go easy on the bed? It's very, very old. It's not quite so enthusiastic. Oh, do go on. That's the inner monologue that I imagine is going on in the corner of the room.
But now, do you have a trick to get into it, do you?
Yeah, absolutely. So when I was preparing, I didn't know a Derry accent first off, and then I thought, who do I know? And then I thought, oh, Nadine from Girls Aloud is extremely Derry. And then, I don't know if people will know this, but there was an extremely controversial incident in the early noughties in Ireland.
So good!
It was so good. I feel like it was the first Irish sort of pop culture TV moment. It was Pop Stars, the Irish version, which only had about 50 entrants because we don't have as big a population. So she went on and lied about her age. But she got found out on camera.
Stop it.
Yes.
No.
Oh, no, YouTube it. It's so good!
OK, so she's gotten into the band, and then her on-camera interview, like, the first one to introduce yourself, who you are, she said, my name's Nadine Coyle from Larkhill in Derry, date of birth 15th of 6th 85, Mechamia, Germany. And then she thinks for a second and goes, what date of birth did I say? No, 15th of the 6th. And then it fades. And she's outed herself on camera. But everyone lost the plot.
Do the phone call to her mother.
Everything. Mommy,
do the whole thing.
As Daddy put my passport in the car, Mommy, will you look at my handbag for my passport? And it was all a lie. She knew.
How old was she?
She was 16, she was meant to be 18.
At the time, I was married to my first husband, who's a lovely guy, Tony Walton, who happens to be an English boy that was my childhood sweetheart, and came from the same village that I come from. And Disney turned to him and said, what do you do, young man? And Tony explained that he was a designer of sets and costumes, but relatively unknown, occasionally a little bit. He was just starting in England. And Disney said, well, bring your portfolio with you when you come to Hollywood. And when we got there, Disney hired him on the spot to do the sets and the costumes for Mary Poppins. And he got an Academy Award nomination for that.
Stop it!
No, really.
Amazing. That's an incredible story.
I know, yeah.
And I love what's happened to you and Bridgerton, because presumably when you got the part of Bridgerton, you just thought, oh, it's another gig, it'll pay, you know, keep the lights on for another few months.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'll play the Queen.
Golda, you look like a queen sitting there.
Yeah.
You actually have a queen in you. Isn't it fun being queen?
It's great.
It's great.
Really, it's great.
You know, you have the biggest dresses, you have the biggest
wigs.
the biggest crowns, the biggest jewels.
Everybody bows.
You know.
Everybody bows.
Because you were in the Madness of King George.
I was, yes. Fee shoes and wigs.
Yeah.
Remember the fee
exactly.
shoes?
I know, exactly.
We used to call them the fee shoes.
I feel like Netflix have invested more in the wigs. I mean, is that truck built around your wig?
Nearly.
Is that car just for you as well?
Yeah. That used to rock up every time I needed to go to set. If I was in a car, I had to kneel down. So I would be on the floor like that with this wig if it was a car. But in that, I was able to sit properly.
And what's in it? Is it dense?
It's cages. Birds and worms. Mice and all sorts of things.
Actually, we've got a picture of you getting ready, and it looks like a man's living in it. It looks like you've woken him up.